Chapter 7. The Branch That Watched. Do not turn your back to the crooked limb. It remembers the shape of prey. Marshfolk saying, spoken only when the fog is thickest. The morning air held no sound. Not the hush of leaves, not the breath of fog, not even the hum of the mast. I stepped outside with the small stone in my pouch. It was warm, as always, steady, air. But something was different. The clearing felt too still. The clearing felt too still. The branches above me had not moved since I opened my eyes, and the fog hung in straight lines, like unspun thread waiting for a loom. I walked toward the water, carefully. Each step felt like it might echo. It didn't, but the silence made it feel that way. Then I saw it. A single branch, bent low to the ground, curled just above the moss. It hadn't been there before. I would have noticed. It arched like a question mark and twisted back on itself. Its bark coiled in uneven spirals. It didn't sway, didn't rise, didn't twitch, but it watched me. I don't know how I knew that. But I did. I dropped to a crouch, placed my hand near the stone pouch. Not on it, just near, for comfort. The branch didn't move. I rose and stepped toward it. One step, then another. It still didn't move. But the moss beneath it pulsed once. I took a deep breath. I'm not here to take, I said quietly. Only to pass. The branch quivered. Not like it was afraid, like it was thinking. Then it arched higher just a little, still watching. I continued walking, giving it wide space, but every few steps I looked back, and each time it had shifted. By the time I reached the shallow ridge behind the mast, it was gone. Not broken, not fallen, gone. That night, I set a fire. Small. I didn't use bark or twigs from the branch side of the clearing. It felt wrong. The stone stayed near my knee. I slept without dreams. When I woke, something had drawn in the soil beside me. A curve. A spiral. Sharp at one end. Like a hook or a question mark. And next to it, a single twig. Bent at the center. Set deliberately. The stone hadn't moved. But the branch had returned. Not near me. Not even in the clearing. Just far enough for me to see it. Above, resting in the tree line. And this time, it swayed. Not with the wind. With memory. I watched it all that morning. Not every second, but often enough to confirm it hadn't gone. It didn't twitch. It didn't pulse. It just remained like a single note drawn out too long. A reminder. The stone didn't react to it. That worried me a little. I thought maybe it would shift, like before when danger neared. But it remained still. Maybe it didn't sense the branch. Maybe it respected it. By midday, I went about my routine. I gathered water, pulled some roots from the softer patches of earth, and cleaned them in the shallows. All the while, the branch remained overhead, unmoving. When I laid the roots out to dry, I noticed something strange. The branch above had changed position. Only slightly. Its angle had adjusted. It no longer curled inward, it extended, pointing toward the old hollow tree near the edge of the mist. I had avoided that tree for days. It felt too quiet, too patient, but the branch pointed there now, like a hand beckoning or accusing. I stood for a long time, unsure if I should approach. Eventually, I did. The hollow tree wasn't deep. It wasn't even very large, but Inside it, I found something I hadn't expected. A piece of bark, shaped unnaturally flat. Carved across its surface were marks, not letters, not runes. Just grooves and notches, deliberate, intentional. And beneath the bark, a single feather, dark green and white, speckled like the fog-dappled sky. I took both. The branch snapped. Loud, sharp, final. I turned fast, it was gone again. Not even a trace of its place. But my pouch was warm, and I knew the stone felt it too. That night, I held the bark to the firelight. I traced the grooves with my finger. They hummed. Just once. It wasn't a voice. It was a shape. A memory I hadn't made yet. I saw a path through trees, one I hadn't walked. I saw a shape in the fog, tall and thin, with limbs that curled like roots in slow motion. I saw water rising, and I felt the pressure of the branch again, watching somewhere just outside the light. The next day, I climbed. Not far, just to the edge of the ridge, where the clearing dipped toward the east. There, among the old oaks, I found another branch. Not moving, just placed. This one was split, one half bleached white. The other soaked dark like coal. And stuck between them, a sharp stone blade, too clean to have lain there long. I did not take it, but I placed the bark carved token beside it, then stepped back. The wind rose. The branch twisted, and the blade was gone. When I returned to camp, it was there, beside my sleeping mat, clean, untouched, waiting. That night, something visited the fire. Not a branch this time, not a whisper, a shadow, long and low. It moved like smoke, but carried weight in the moss. It circled me once and paused at the pouch. The stone pulsed. The shadow withdrew. I didn't sleep. Instead, I whispered to the stone. "Why do you stay?" I asked. "Are you guarding me or learning?" No reply came, but it moved, just slightly, as if leaning against my hand. In the morning, small bark shavings lay around the fire, arranged like fallen teeth. It did not return, but the path beyond the ridge was clearer than before. Some things move only when you forget them. Some things follow only when unseen. And some things, like crooked branches, remember every path you take, even before you walk them.